And welcome back to the continuing adventures of the Going On Daily Show. Yay!
Yay!
Some plugs.
Oh, I like
My
that.
name, in case you can't read, it says Ira down there. So,
Ira.
you can read that. And I can see, thank you to whatever deity there is, that I have a wonderful co-host from the Great White North. Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Turner is here. Yay!
Woo! Oh, okay. I like this. It's like Cheers. You walk in and everyone is like excited for you. This is what this feels like.
Isn't it nice to like hype you up in the morning?
Yeah,
It's like first thing,
totally.
yay, you're alive and you're here.
That's right. 8 a.m. I'm so tired, and yet I'm getting an applause. So, woo, I like it.
That's right. That'll wake you up. Who needs coffee? Well,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've got vitamin C water for the win today. So,
woo!
woohoo! Antioxidants.
We are on. They told me to do the plugs, so check out all of our socials. Let's make sure I have to do this right, so I have it written down.
Yes, it's your first time doing it. Go ahead.
So we have Facebook at RI Broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, look, it's right there.
Yeah.
Then we have Twitch at RI _broadcasting. And there it is. And then there's YouTube, and that one is at Rhode Island Broadcasting.
That's
Read
right.
along with us at the bottom of the screen.
That's right.
And then if you really want, there's Patreon, and that is RI Broadcasting. Join us. You can get some merch. There's some pens. There's some mugs, some patches. Let us know what you think of us. Only if you're nice, because we can't take it if you're mean. I can't take it if you're mean.
And Ira's new, but he'll be joining the Men of Going On Daily calendar that we have shot. He will be, I don't know, Mr. March. Just kidding.
Yeah, we could do it. I could be like summer, and I'll be all red. I'll be all like totally sunburned, and it'll be just fabulous, right?
Mr. July, just burnt to a crisp.
That's what I look like every July. Damn it! I can't tell from this, but I'm really a ginger.
Oh yeah, you don't do well in the sun.
Yeah, my nemesis is the sun. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, let's see. Today is November 5th. Down here, it's election day.
It's a big day.
So there's a lot of just long lines and people closed and complaining about stuff. So now is a good time to listen to our show and get your mind off of all of that. And I believe our first story, let's see, is about celebrity endorsements. Becky, you got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, as everyone knows, I'm Canadian. So what do I know about American politics? I really don't. We don't even
You're not missing anything.
Well, I don't know. Canadian is a hot mess, but, we don't even have Republican or Democrat up here. I mean, we don't get me wrong. We have conservatives, we have liberals, but it's not the same. When people go to endorse their candidate, it is nothing like it is down there, right? And so what I've been noticing lately, Canada's doing something right, Ron? No, absolutely not. It's more like a dictatorship up here. I've noticed a trend lately. So again, everyone knows I'm quite a conspiracy person, but there's been such a trend lately where all these like mega stars are coming out and supporting Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like that list includes people like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Samuel Jackson, Eminem, Cardi B. Gosh, who else is on this list? People I don't even know. Harrison Ford, that's a weird one. Lady Gaga, Arnold Schwarzenegger, LeBron James. So like mega stars are coming out and supporting her. And in the conspiracy world, the thought is that they were on the Diddy list. And so this is like, you better come out and publicly say who you want to vote for or who you're going to vote for so that all your blind followers can do it, or else you're going to be exposed. This is what I hear. Who knows? But I've also noticed, like, in this time, to be a celebrity and to be a Trump supporter, it doesn't really happen because your career gets canceled.
Yep.
And to me, like, I'm a big fan of freedom of speech. I think it's very important. I believe your Constitution is built off of that, is it not?
It's supposed to be, but a lot of
it was at one point.
It went from, I have a different point of view as you, and that's fine, to I hate you, I must kill you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, yeah. And it's crazy to me. So I wanted to look up who are the celebrities who are endorsing Trump. Again, like we're not talking politics on the show. It is very polarizing.
Right.
But in light of what today is, I thought, let's look into this. Let's deep dive because
Okay.
you can find people on every corner who's a celebrity who are voting for Harris. But then when you look deeper, there are actually celebrities who are, I want to say, brave enough to say that they're Trump
Oh,
supporters. Because, like I
absolutely.
said, you literally, your career is over if you come out supporting him. So it's actually a pretty powerful list. You know, like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, those things. That's a fairly powerful list in itself.
Right.
But this one, I was shocked when I read this. So are you ready? Joe
Go.
Rogan at the top of the list today. Becky, a career killer. Okay. I'm not saying, if I was American, I'm not saying that's who I would vote for. I'm just trying to be neutral here. You know, everyone knows who's voting for Kamala Harris because the celebrities are like out in full force. But yeah, we're just looking at the other side. Okay, so Joe Rogan, Jake Paul, who, as we know, is about to fight Mike Tyson in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
astronaut.
This one's not as big of a star. Drea De Matteo, she was on The Sopranos.
Yes, she was.
Dr. Phil, Tony Hinchcliffe, he's a comedian, Kill Tony.
Yep. My
Super
nephew was
funny.
actually on that show, by the way.
Oh, was he? Oh, you'll have to send me that. This one, Rochelle Ryan, she's a porn star. Okay. Mel Gibson, no surprise there. Paula Deen, no surprise. I'm noticing, like, as I go through this list here, it's a lot of people who were in the news for something negative. Obviously, Paula Deen, because she said when she was little, they used to say the N-word at home. You know, Mel Gibson, because he was anti-Semitic like 20 years ago. Like,
Yep.
so there's a few people in here that are, they were in the news prior for whatever it is. John Schneider, he's from
Dukes of Hazzard.
That's right. Brett Favre.
No surprise.
Elon Musk, again, a very polarizing man in itself.
Uh-huh.
Victoria Jackson from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, wow.
This one's funny. Joe Exotic from The Tiger King. That's a weird one.
I think Trump actually would tell him, no, that's okay. You can vote for Kamala.
We're good. We don't need your vote. That's right. I don't know who this person is, but Harrison Butker, he's from Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, he is the kicker who said that, wives should be traditional,
Okay.
stay home, and
okay.
It's,
Hey,
again,
listen,
his opinion.
You're allowed an opinion. Brittany Mahomes, as we know, the wife of Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if that means that Patrick Mahomes also votes that. Maybe he's been instructed not to talk like that because career killer. Yep. I don't know. John Daly, the golfer. No surprise there. He's super outspoken.
Yeah.
This one I thought was interesting. Kelsey Grammer.
Oh,
Fraser
okay.
Crane himself. I guess he is a prominent Republican supporter.
Okay.
Tucker Carlson, no surprise there. Jim Caviezel, the actor, no surprise there. RFK. For some reason, I thought Robert F. Kennedy was a Democrat. Anyway, see what I know? I don't know anything. Zachary Levi, he was the guy who played Shazam in the DC series.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No. Danica Patrick, race car driver. Jillian Michaels, she used to be like that trainer on Biggest Loser.
Yep.
Taryn Manning, she's an actress. And Kanye, no surprise there.
Another one Trump says, you can go away.
Yeah, right. Dennis and Randy Quaid, Jason Aldean and his wife. Who else we got? Amber Rose, another porn star. Kodak Black, I guess he is a rapper. Dana White, UFC CEO. Mm-hmm. Russell Brand, actor turned, I don't know, guru, I guess now.
Can he even vote?
I think he is a citizen now.
Oh, okay.
He must have dual citizenship. Rob Schneider, Roseanne, Kid Rock. So yeah, the list goes on. Kevin Sorbo.
I was waiting for that name actually because he is famous for saying, "I can't get work anymore because I support Trump."
I mean, I watched a movie with him like a year ago. It was a Christian movie, but like it was a movie, so there is a market for him somewhere. James Woods, actor. 50 Cent, rapper. Hulk Hogan, Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Trace Adkins, country star, John Voight, actor, Scott Baio. So yeah, I mean the
Oh
list
yeah.
goes on and on and on. Dean Cain. So I'll stop, but I thought it was interesting in this day and age when you literally are punished for anything that you say to come out and be a supporter of the side that is much hated on is shocking. And Ron says most aren't working. Now, do you think it's because they're not working because of their political beliefs?
Well, let me ask you a
I don't
question.
know.
On that list,
Yes.
who would you say is the most famous?
Joe Rogan, probably.
Joe Rogan has the number
Elon
one
Musk.
podcast in the world.
Yeah, Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, if not the
Exactly.
richest.
I from a lot of the people you named, and believe me, I am my political leanings are right down the middle.
Totally.
I believe both sides are crooked.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about politics. But the people you were naming, I'm sitting there going, I don't like Rob Schneider's good in Adam Sandler movies, but I've never been like, I got to see Rob Schneider.
Right.
You know, Scott Baio, I watched Charles in Charge back in whatever, and I don't care if I ever see him again. It has nothing to do with Trump.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. But like, I also feel that way about like Taylor Swift, for example.
Yeah.
Like, cool, you're coming to the pools, but like, I don't care. I don't know. It's just, I just think it's like such a polarizing topic right now. And like I said, in a time where you can be canceled for literally anything, including how you vote, how you literally write a check mark on a piece of paper, like, I think it's wild. So, I mean, good on the people who are public about it, quite honestly.
Well, the most important thing is that you do have an opinion. You are welcome to your opinion.
Yes.
You should be able to say your opinion. And if you are in the United States, today is the day that you exercise your right to vote and give your opinion.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. If you're complaining about the government or who the next president is or whatever, but you didn't vote, what are you doing? You wasted your time. You wasted your vote. You wasted your voice. Like, yeah, one vote out of what, you have 300 million people that live there, it probably isn't going to make the difference. You're right.
No.
However, it's when 50 million people think, hey, my vote isn't going to make a difference, so I'm not going to do it. Like, you need to, because it's your right as an American citizen, as someone who has the freedoms to actually do this, because trust me, there are a lot of countries that do not allow this. So
you ain't kidding. And they don't have Kevin Sorbo to support them.
Yeah, that's right. They don't have Joe Rogan in their corner.
But now there are some countries that do vote that aren't in the United States. And I'm going to switch over to a story from Greece today.
Okay.
Where I found here is there is an unnamed man. And if I were doing this, I would probably want to be an unnamed man too.
Right.
He was arrested when one of his neighbors called the police on him after he saw him in his yard sniffing the shoes of the family that the family just left them outside to, quote, air out. And he was having a good old time, you know. Ooh, mama bear smell good, papa bear smell good, and baby bears, this one's just right.
Oh my gosh. Sniffing shoes? Ew.
Sniffing shoe. Now, if someone, in your backyard, if you had found someone doing that, would you call the police or just sort of, quote unquote, and I'm sorry for the pun, shoo him away?
100%. I would call the police. Like, what is this guy in my backyard? Okay. And wouldn't you?
I'm thinking it's like you're trespassing. The first time I would say, okay, let's maybe put up the Ring camera and see what happens. But
if he's just out there sniffing, I mean, I've got 2 teenage daughters. So to me, like, if I've got some creeper in my yard, I'm calling the police.
There you go. I don't know. Maybe you just put out some flip flops and go, well, maybe he likes these instead. Ooh,
yeah, maybe he likes to smell rubber.
Well, they called the police, and the police actually caught him in the act because it was so good he just couldn't leave. He didn't show any aggressive behavior.
Oh, okay.
He just came up, the police said, come on, you're trespassing, you know, and he went with them. And they asked him, why are you doing this? And he said, it just makes my life better.
Sir.
To me, that's a crock.
Wow.
Sorry, had to do that.
This guy needs, I don't know, some psychiatric help. If some neighbor's stinky shoes make his whole life better, sir, you need something to look forward to.
Now, I wonder if it's the excitement, because technically, and believe me, I'm not into feet or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if maybe he could have sniffed his own shoes if he has family. But you already did not like that. You went.
Yeah, because like I don't know, shoes are where all your sweaty feet sit. And
yeah, that's what I do when like I put my shoes outside if I go for a run, and I'm like, I'm gonna put these outside there.
Yeah.
Now they put him in front of a court, and he just said, I don't know exactly how this came to be for me. I am very ashamed and disappointed in myself. I can't explain it. I'm going to ask you to support me, and hopefully I won't get worse. I am sorry I trespassed on my neighbor 3 times. 3 times.
Oh dear. You know what it probably was, Ira? He probably was on Feet Finder and he was watching all that, subscribing, paying, whatever. And it just became not enough, you know, that gateway drug into full-on feet sniffing.
Now, what do you think should be? Now, the charge is not for shoe sniffing. The charge is for trespassing.
Yeah.
3 times. What do you think would be an appropriate punishment?
They cut off his feet.
Wow.
Just kidding. Yeah. I don't know, like community service, picking up garbage.
They gave him a suspended sentence of 1 month and 3 years probation.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Yeah, I kind of thought that. But going back to the feet thing, that shocked me. The first time somebody was like, well, you can go on Feet Finder. And I went, what the hell? Feet? I have feet.
Yeah, right. And they're not nice. Like, why do I want to pay somebody for this?
And my co-host, who I want to give a little shout out to my co-host, who just gave birth to a little baby boy. So yeah,
congrats.
And she, her hashtag on Instagram is the Queen of Heels, because my co-host is 4'10".
Oh wow!
So she's constantly wearing big heels until she got pregnant. So it was always the Queen of Heels. Mention my show. Thank you. It's called the Circling the Drain podcast.
Okay, I'm going to look her up. There. Circling the Drain. On Instagram too?
Yes. Circling the Drain podcast on Instagram.
Following. I'm going to see this tiny little girl.
Yay.
Queen of Feet here.
Now, she was the Queen of Heels, and we used to tell her, you have to go on Foot Finder after we explained what it was to her. And she loved the idea. And she would go, but now I'm pregnant. And we would tell her, trust me, there's going to be after
market.
Oh my God. After going through all of these little kinks and stories, you just said it. There's going to be somebody.
Yeah. So when I was single, it was like 2016 probably, and I was just new on Instagram. I used to get messages all the time from men or anonymous saying, I will pay you $40 for a picture of your feet, or I pay this. And I remember thinking like, $40, that's not enough. Like, that's offensive. I don't know why I thought it was like the hottest shit ever or something, but like,
so you didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it because I thought my feet were worth more than that. And now I'm just like, who am I to turn down $40?
Exactly.
Ma'am. Probably 40 American dollars. That was like 900 Canadian dollars.
So the question is, why aren't you on Feet Finder right now?
You know what? My feet aren't that nice, to be honest. And like, I don't know. I had chemo last year, which really like messes up your nails and stuff. And not that that's okay. Not that like my toenails are bad. They just don't look like they used to. I don't know.
Again, though, that is something that sets you apart.
Right. I know. I was thinking about this. So again, to get super morbid, like a year ago, I had a mastectomy, a single from cancer, and I was like, man, I should do OnlyFans. There's totally a market for this. Half
Yes,
wall, half boob,
absolutely.
bald, whatever. But no, I'm not going to do that.
See, you talked yourself in and then you talked yourself out right there in
But
one
there's
second.
probably a market for it, honestly, when I'm like hard on my body, like, oh, I don't like this. I have one boob, whatever. And then I'm like, there's probably a market for that. There's probably somebody out there.
I always
But
say that OnlyFans is going to destroy the world
yeah.
because you see so many people out there who, I mean, you have the ones who I just work on my body and I show my body off and fine. But now you are getting like nurses and teachers and scientists and lawyers, and they're all going, I make more money on OnlyFans than I do contributing to society.
Yes.
So we're all moving to Canada, I guess. Can we do that?
Well, you can if you want to. I don't know why you would. It's pretty here, I guess.
Yeah, you do have the internet. Yeah, it's going to follow us.
Internet. Do you love the cold? Because this is the place for you. It's snowy today, so
I could take that.
Yeah, you might like that. It's not scorching red July. Well, actually, you get pretty burnt in July too. It's just like very extreme. There's no like consistent weather. Like I want to go to Hawaii where it's like 20, what is that, 70 every day?
Yeah, you go to San Diego and it's just every day is like 70 degrees.
See,
and
I was in San Diego twice last year because I went to Tijuana for cancer treatment, and neither was good weather. I was like, this isn't warm here at all.
Really?
Yeah.
You must have got like the only bad 2 days that they ever have a year.
Yeah, I went in March and then I went in May, and neither of them was overly enjoyable.
Well, maybe if we win the lottery, then we'll be able to do that. But you have a story about the lottery.
I do have a story about the lottery. You're right. Nice transition. I like that. Okay.
Why, thank you.
This is like one of those like heartwarming tales, especially as we're talking about cancer and the election and OnlyFans and weird feet and whatever. So this is a heartwarming little tale. Yay. So on November 1st, a man in Missouri, he won $3 million jackpot on a ticket he bought. And the only reason he even bought it is because this guy forgot his lunch and he just went to the corner store to grab something. It says that he said that his wife called him and was like, you forgot your lunch. And he's like, oh, crap. So he stopped at this little grocery store on a road in his town to just grab something quick to eat. It said that a $30 million scratch ticket caught his eye. And as it would, $30 million, geez.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I feel like the scratch ones are more, like you don't win as much on them usually, but like they're more exciting, He said he doesn't normally play a $30 ticket. That's a pretty expensive ticket. But since he had $60, he had won earlier on some scratchers. He thought, why the heck not? He said he scanned his ticket and discovered the $3 million top prize. He was shocked, he said, when he saw all the zeros popped up. He said the first thing he did was call his wife back. And he said, I like to play jokes. It took me quite a while to convince her to believe me. But yeah, the only reason he even stopped there was because he forgot his lunch. I've done this a million times.
Yes.
So do I need to start buying scratchers when I pop in to grab my lunch?
Yes.
Maybe. See, don't get me wrong. I like to gamble. I will often buy lottery tickets, but I mean, I just feel like it's such a waste of money. The most I've ever won is maybe $20, maybe. And I just feel like, man, I'm putting this money in and like I'm not winning anything. So I feel like I'm kind of wasting my money.
The only time I actually buy them is when I go to the gas station and like the pump doesn't work with my card for some reason.
Right, you have
to go inside. Then I will buy one. And I've come to the reality that, like I said, I like to gamble too, and I bring what I can when I go to a casino like once a year. Lottery tickets to me, I'm paying $2 so that I can dream for 24 hours. That it's giving me that opportunity to go, well, if I do win, what would I buy?
That's true. It's always a cabin in the woods somewhere. Well, for my husband and for me, I'm like lots of dogs on a warm island somewhere.
You seem like you'd be like, I'm buying a big farm and adopting all the animals.
That's true. Yeah, crunchy. Just walk around in my bare feet all the time as I do.
That's exactly. I've actually gone so far because I'm crazy. I have to be organized with everything. I have like, even if you could see right now, I have different sets of notes all scattered around here. So I have actually made a list of percentages I would give to my friends and family.
Oh, wow.
Of how much I'm giving to charity and which charities.
Yeah.
So if you gave me, no matter how much money, here's $1 billion, because now they're going up to $1 billion, which is crazy.
In the States, we don't get that here.
You know, do you drive down to get them when they get to like $1 billion?
No, I really should though. I should, like, we go to Vegas fairly often. I should just grab them next time there's Powerball.
We just got, my family isn't getting squat. Okay, well, you know, there's that too.
Hopefully you're going on Daily Family gets to share in the wealth, Ron.
And by the way, I'll add you to the list so everybody here can, you know, get a little taste.
That's right.
There we go. So this guy forgot his lunch.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, no, there's nobody. I'm thinking, like, because nobody caused him to forget his lunch.
Right.
So it's not like,
no, just fate. Just the universe, man.
I think it would be better if, like, he had gone, imagine if he had gone to work and somebody ate his lunch.
That's right. Or like someone robbed him on his way to work and grabbed his bag, which had his lunch in it. And he was like, you know what? This day can't get any worse. And then it's like 3 million. That would be awesome.
And then I find the guy and go, thank you for robbing me. Here's, you know.
You may keep the $8 in my wallet. You can keep the 2 quarters. Yes.
But then the guy will rob you again because now you have more money. So it's a big circle. You can't do that.
Well, he might not know. But yes, you're right. Question though, in the States, you guys are taxed pretty heavily on these wins, are you not? Like $3 million, he'd leave with like $1.5 million.
If you win, from what I'm told, well, there's 2 different taxes. Okay. There's, if you take the lump sum, you lose out on a bunch of money instead of taking the payments. But if you get taxed heavily too. For every $1 million, I actually know this because, like I said, it was organized. If you take the lump sum and taxed, you get 37.5% of your winnings. The rest goes to tax and because you took the lump sum.
So $375,000 for $1 million win?
For every million.
That's rude.
But what's funny is you get the people who go, it's $1 billion. Well, you would end up with 327 million, whatever it is. And then people will go, that's it? Like, that's more money than you'll ever see in your life.
Right. I mean, that's nothing to sniff at. But the fact is, you won $1 billion. Should you not be entitled to that?
No. Like, well, you have enough money to sue now if you want.
Yeah. So in Canada, you know, I talk pretty negatively about Canada. However, we don't get taxed like that on winnings. I think winnings are yours to win. Like, I don't think they're free and clear.
Are there Canadian lotteries?
Oh yeah, definitely. The 649 and the Lotto Max. Lotto Max is usually the most, and that's, I don't know, 60 million, 80 million, stuff like that. Like, it doesn't get up to $1 billion by any means. The Western 649, that's like, I think, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, or is it Manitoba, Alberta? Anyway, and so that's over here. And then they have like the Ontario one, and but usually if we're gonna buy tickets, we just buy Lotto Max because it's the highest. Like, I don't even know what it's at right now. I haven't bought one in quite a while, but
I haven't either.
Ron, only 60 million. Yep, you're right. Only 60 million. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be mad about $60 million. That's for sure.
No, of course not.
I wouldn't be mad about $1 million. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about any of that. Okay, let's see. 32 million was the most recent jackpot from 6 days ago. So, like, it gets high, but they also have $1 million. What is it? You can win the jackpot, or you can win like so many $1 million individually.
Right.
Again, I wouldn't be mad about that. Would I retire off $1 million? Probably. At least for a while. A couple of years.
I mean, I bet if somebody gave me $5,000 right now, they're like, yay, you know.
When I was working, I was a purchasing manager for a construction company. And one of my sales guys, I called him, and he worked at like a Lowe's, basically.
Yeah.
I was calling the contractor department. It's Rona, which is Canadian. But he said, hey, this was like a Friday. Hey, just so you know, I'm retiring today. And I was like, what? Really? Why? I won the lottery this week. And I was like, shut up, you did it. And he said, yeah, I won $5 million. And I was like,
Damn.
sir, good for you. I would retire off of $5 million. And he was quite a bit older than me. He was probably looking at retirement anyway.
Right.
So like, why wouldn't you go? You know, for someone younger, $5 million, maybe you could live off of it for the rest of your life. Maybe you couldn't. I don't know. But, you know, someone retirement age, go for it.
If you were to retire, would you retire as in I'm never working again?
No.
Or would you? Yeah, I thought, yeah, I can't do that either.
I just want to do something that I love, and I want the means to be able to do it. So, you know, if that was like an animal shelter, if that was like something like a farm where I just like sell eggs,
Yep.
like, I don't know. I do some like health stuff on the side. So like if it's that, whatever.
I said I'd be a greeter at a big box store. I don't care as long as I'm like.
See, I wouldn't want to work for anybody. I don't, especially not a corporation, especially not a Walmart. Jeez.
Like, I'll start my own store and then I
exactly.
can whatever
Ira's is the new Walmart without child labor and such. Yeah, I wouldn't work for anybody either, Ron. I would do it myself, I think. Start my own business. I can afford my own insurance and my own benefits, my own health coverage. You know,
because I got millions of dollars. Station and all of you can work for me.
Oh, okay.
Then again, you don't want to work for me, though.
I would do that. That's a little different. If it was more like a subcontractor.
I changed your mind. Okay. Well, let's see. Losing your money, that's a big fear of people's.
It is, yeah.
And I have a list of the biggest fears people had in the past year or the year we are in, 2024. Apparently, Chapman University, never heard of them, but they send out a fear survey to a couple of thousand people across the U.S. every year.
Weird.
To find out what people are afraid of.
A fear survey. That's so strange. Okay.
Now, I don't want to bring people down. I started looking at this because it says, well, the list ranges from everything from crime, natural disasters, to ghost spiders and public speaking.
Okay.
What are you afraid of?
I don't know anymore. Like I don't like to jump. Like when, you know, a scary movie, I don't like jumping. So, you know, someone breaking into the house probably, or, you know, usually that's what I think of, like someone being in my car when I go to at nighttime, or
a violent attack, pretty much.
Yeah, because like I'm not strong and I don't know what to do. I'm pretty oblivious most times. So like walking through a parking lot, like in the middle of the night, like I'm a target. So you know, stuff like that is pretty creepy to me.
I would think that's up there. These are actually, and I'm going to go through them a little quick because I don't want to dwell on any of the negative stuff. But let's go through it, though. This is the top 10 fears, they say, from Americans for the year 2024 based on about 2,000 people. It's nice they could take 2,000 people and just go boom.
I mean, that's not like 2,000 is a pretty small number. I would say like 2 million maybe would more of an accurate portrayal of Americans' fears.
We always say on our show that a survey has to have at least 2,000 people to be valid. Because then you see, we asked 100 people. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, if you're saying like what percentage of this tiny village, and you asked 100 of 200 people, you know, that's a fairly good. But like, 100 people in the grand scheme of America of 300 million. Side note, Ron says bridges. What?
Yeah.
You're scared of bridges? And the village. Yeah, scared of, like, if you're like crossing it, that it's going to collapse. Is that the fear? Interesting. I've never thought of that. New fear unlocked. Thanks.
I don't know what he's. There are people who have that. I myself, I'm claustrophobic. It just came on one year, and it's like, oh my God, I can't be stuck in it. It used to be really bad. Now I used to have dreams of driving off of them with family every night.
It sounds
Thanks,
like you
Ron.
have
That
some
puts us in a good mood.
unresolved stuff that you need to work on, Ron, my friend. It's some trauma
I
you
agree.
need to work on.
You have to work on it. You do.
Yes.
This is stuff that you really can't stop, though. This is
Right.
not stuff to work on. So number 10, people are worried about biological warfare.
I mean, they're not far off, I would say, in the time that we're living in with the wars and the talk of wars and things like that. I think, yeah, that's a fairly good one to be afraid of.
I agree. Number 9, unfortunately, had to live through terrorist attacks.
Yeah, again, not so far off base.
Yeah, before 9/11, we would have been like, that doesn't happen here, and now.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 8, very specific, North Korea bombing us with nuclear weapons.
See, wouldn't that fall into either number 9 or number 10?
That's what I think. I think a lot of these could be encapsulated into another one. But number 7, and we all kind of fear this, another world war, which was what would happen if North Korea fired.
Yeah, literally. Or there was a biological warfare. Yeah. Okay, can I just ask, is one of them going to be the government that's coming in? Is that what
it's coming up. It's coming
up. I figured. Of all the things to be worried about, I mean, biological warfare is one of them. Having a guy for president that isn't the guy you like is probably not on the list for me. But anyway.
That's what they think. Number 6 is a serious problem for everybody, I think. And that's not having enough money for the future. It's like, when I retire, will I be able to survive on pension and, this, that, and the other?
Do I even get a pension? Yes.
Yeah, well, for us now, it's 401k, and
is that what
hopefully
it's called?
Social Security lasts. And
okay.
And me being a greeter at my own Walmart. So, that'll work.
The Walmart that you own at Ira's.
Yes.
And the greeter of Ira's.
Please come to Ira's.
They think you're just some, like, I don't know, slow guy that they gave the job to, but you're actually like, I am Ira, but okay.
I'm Ira of Ira's.
Yeah, exactly. The Ira.
No, really. Number 5, again, getting a little particular, Russia using nuclear weapons. Why can't we just say anybody using nuclear weapons?
Yeah, just nuclear weapons in general are scary.
Number 4, people I love dying. That's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course. That's life, I guess. So everyone is just living in fear over that?
Yeah. Cyber terrorism is number 3.
Cyber terrorism. So is that like hacking your bank account, taking your identity, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I just assume at this day and age that everyone has all my information.
Right. Okay, so my mom gets this email a couple, like maybe a week or 2 ago, and it said, "Hi, Tracy. Here is your phone number. Here is your address. You've been bad. You've been this. You've been watching porn. You've been that. And you need to click this link to secure it or whatever." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, like, how do they have all my information?" Well, like, clearly a third party has sold it somewhere, and now this is a scam. She talked to the police or the RCMP up here, and they said, yeah, it's pretty common right now. But the fact that they have her information is terrifying.
There is actually a site. Oh, damn, I'm drawing a blank on it. But there is actually a site that you can go to where they will. It's amazing. Have you ever Googled yourself? Just Google your name.
Okay.
There is a site that will put down, here's the social security number, here's your address, here's everybody you've ever been related to. And I'm like, how is this legal? How is this? So every email and text I get that I don't know, even if it's a good thing, I'd be like, nope. Delete.
That is terrifying.
It kind of is. Going to number 2, people I love getting sick. That's something you can't help. Like you said, at one point you did. My mother was a 3-time cancer survivor.
Wow, 3 times.
Yeah, that's ironically what didn't get her.
Wow. Like I've had it one time, and it's like I live in fear now because of it. So I mean, like, man, 3 times, that is scary stuff. Good for her. She was strong. She was a strong lady.
Oh yeah, by the third time I remember I was a teenager and she came up and had at the kitchen table and she tells me, and I just got up and I went, and you're gonna beat it again. Okay, bye. And she did.
Hmm.
It became like,
Yeah, I know.
I hope one day that's what it becomes for everybody. Just like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
take a shot, you're done.
for sure. I know. I feel like if it comes back a second time, terrifying. Comes back a third time, you're like, "Ugh, so inconvenient.
Exactly.
I don't want to lose my hair again."
Now, we went through 2 through 10,
Yes.
and we talked about a lot of scary stuff, mostly dying or
Yeah.
people getting your information
Yeah.
and ruining your life. And number one, I don't really understand why it's number one, but on election day, number one top fear of Americans in 2024 is corrupt government officials.
Mhm.
Haven't they always been and aren't they always going to be?
Yeah, literally. I don't I don't know who these people are. Like maybe they took this 2000 person survey in, like, I don't know, Portland, Oregon or something.
Portland
Like,
is weird, yes.
yes, they are. Seattle. um but like, I don't I, I don't know. I just feel like so many people think that if one guy gets in, it's going to be corrupt. But if the one woman, let's say, gets in, it's going to be like all, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, as it should be. It's going to be honest and open and truthful, and there's going to be no corruption, and
No,
there's going to be no
no,
bribery and no hiding of facts or anything like that.
no, no, no. I
People,
agree with a
man.
comedian who once said, if you can look in the mirror and say, yes, I should lead everyone, then you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want it, I don't need it, and it's never going to happen. That's number
Totally.
one. But after all these fears, we need a little hope, right? We need a little hope.
We
And
need
I
a little
believe you have a
hope.
list of hope. Baby names,
No,
newborn babies.
this is ridiculous. Baby names. This is not
By the way,
good.
Ron, no, you should not lead everyone. No.
Yeah, he should. He's talked about this a couple times that he wants to run.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, so how about this? So I'm going to get into ridiculous baby names here, but
Okay.
before we do that, why don't I go into what the most popular names of this year were? And
Oh,
it seems
Ira.
like
Ira's on the list, right? There's always an Ira, right?
I'm
Ira,
sure
Ira.
Ira's on the list here.
I was the top baby name in the 1800s, I'll have you know.
I'm sure you were in New York, New Jersey, all those
Sure.
Jewish type states, yes. Okay, so the top baby girl names for 2024, it just feels like it hasn't changed in a while, but Olivia, Amelia, Emma, Sophia, Charlotte, Isabella, Ava, Mia, Ellie, and Luna. For sure, my kids have most of these names in their class.
Oh, God.
For
No
sure.
Karens. No Karens.
No
Right.
Karens, no Beckys. The top boy names: Noah, Liam, Oliver, Elijah, Mateo, Lucas, Levi, Ezra, Asher, and Leo. And again, my kids have a lot of these names in there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, my kids are in a it's called Maranatha program, so it's in like a secular school, but it has like more like Christian values to it, and like the kids' names in these classes are like all straight out of the Bible, and this list kind of ticks off half of it. For sure.
Where's Ezekiel? Is he there?
They have not an Ezekiel, but they have a what's his name? Oh, Nehemiah.
Oh, of course there's a Nehemiah, yes.
A Noah, an Adam, an Eli, an Isaac. It's very biblical.
But at least, none of those names are made up.
For sure. None of these are weird names. As we know, that was the rage for a while there. If you could throw a Y or a GH in that name where they didn't need to be. So for the last year, my kid's been talking about this girl from school. She says, her name is Tillier. And I go, Tillier? Like, that's her name, Tillier? And like my husband, who I just married, I haven't changed my last name, but his last name is Hillier. And so we're like, Tillier, Hillier. Like, it's funny. She says to me the other day, Mom, I found out it's actually Tyler. And I said, what? Really? Tillyr. Tillier. So no wonder she thought it was Tillier, but it's just Tyler. But like, why'd you do that to her? Tillyr? Why would
Because you
do
want
that?
it to be different, but what you really did was sentence your daughter to a lifetime of no, that's not how it's spelled.
No, I'm not Tillier. I'm Tyler.
I'm
Yeah.
Tyler.
My other kid had a girl in her class named Nirvana, Nervghna.
Smells like bad spelling. Okay.
Like, I remember seeing this name and my kid was, I don't know, grade 1 or something. And I'm like, this kid doesn't know how to spell her own name. But anyway, so we're going to go to the weirdest names ever. It says we looked at the top names made in the US, top 1,000 for only a single year, one-hit wonders to find the quirkiest,
Ooh.
strangest, and craziest names that have ever been used for babies. Now, most of these come from the 19th century, so the 1800s, when it took fewer births for a name to reach the top 1,000.
Okay.
Obviously they picked the same few, but these are the weirdest ones. Some as recently as into the like the 60s and 70s. I'm just going to go through. There's a ton of them. I'm going to pick whatever the weirdest are.
Let's go.
Almond, like the nut. In 1885, there was 6 baby boys named Almond. And you could change the spelling. You could put a U instead of an O. Almond.
Middle name Flower. Okay.
Yeah, right. Birdella. There was 5 baby girls in 1882 named Birdella. You could go by Birdie, you could go by Ella, but Birdella. Blueford. 5 baby boys in the 1880s named Blueford, not Buford.
Sounds like a cheese.
Blueford. Yeah, Blueford cheese, exactly. Bush. In 1889, 7 baby boys were named Bush. Just Bush.
Okay. They own a beer company now. Yay.
Yeah, exactly. 1989. Wow, okay, so we're jumping like till not long ago. Christop. Like Chris with top on the end.
Oh,
Christop.
well, there's the actor, Christoph Waltz.
Not off. Christop with a P.
Just Christoph.
Christop. Yeah, Christop. That's right. That's right. In 1989, 1,082 baby boys were named that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Christop. In 1969, 202 baby girls named Cinnamon. And they were all dancers, private dancers, dancing
strippers.
for money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
Their friends Sugar and Spice.
That's fun. Right. This one I kind of like. It's weird. In 1991, 132 baby boys were named Dijon, like the mustard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
That's the Grey Poupon.
I was going to say in the 90s, like Grey Poupon was like all the rage. You were like fancy if you had Grey Poupon. So Dijon, I guess.
So where's the baby's name Poupon?
Yeah, right. This is very strange. It's back to the 1800s. 6 baby boys were named. I don't even know how to say it. It's just the letters EDW. Edw.
Wait, EDW.
W. It says, how do you pronounce Edw? It's an abbreviation of Edward, but it's only Edw. 6 babies were named Edw in 1889.
I think 6 people just didn't. They passed out while filling out the birth certificate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, strange, right? This one I like, kind of. In 1918, 58 boys were named Foch.
Spell, please.
Foch. Foch.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Part of me is really happy about that, and part of me is not.
Yeah. Oh, it says that it's pronounced Foch, but if you're not careful, it can sound like the F word. Okay.
Yeah, because on the playground, that's what they would call him. Yeah.
Yeah, Foch. It's not Foch, it's Foch. No, it's not. They put a C there. Yeah.
Get it right.
In 1880, 6 baby boys were named Friend. Hi, friend. Boys. I could see a little girl maybe, but boys, that's weird.
Well, wait. I mean, do you remember Footloose?
Not really.
Footloose was Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I know the movie.
And he was Ren McCormick, one of the useless facts that lives up here preventing me from curing cancer.
Of course.
It was Ren McCormick.
Ren. Okay, interesting. We'll see if that makes a list. In 1903, 13 little girls were named Gertha. Like girthy, like fat,
Yeah.
like thick. I am girthy.
Don't want to be that kid's friend on the playground. No.
Yep, exactly. In 1900, 9 boys were named Gorge, like George, but with a hard G. Gorge.
Gorge.
Like a fjord or a glacier. Gorge. Okay. All right.
I think I'd like Glacier better than Gorge.
Yeah, this is my son Glacier. Okay, that's weird, but I don't hate it. In 1889, 7 boys were named Governor. And I just assumed they said it like that, Governor. 1904, 9 babies were named Harm. Boys. Harm.
Harm.
Yeah, like I'm going to harm myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a friend who their daughter is named Harmony.
Yeah, my friend too.
When she was born, I said, "What are you going to call her?" And she goes, "Harm."
So they call this girl too Harm, and she's pretty wild, so they call her Harmcore.
They should call her Harmful. No.
Yeah, right. In 1880, 6 baby boys were named Hence. Like henceforth. Strange, right?
I don't even know how they come up with them, you know? It's
I
like,
know.
here's a lamb.
Yeah, I know, exactly. 1884, 5 baby boys were named Man. This is my son, Man Turner. Man.
It's Man Thompson. There we go.
That's right. In 1884, 5 baby boys were named Maryland. Like the state.
Okay.
So I could see for woman because it sounds like Maryland, but Maryland.
Yeah. I don't like that one either.
1886, 8, and they were kind of ahead of their time with this one. 8 baby girls were named Metha. Meth. Yeah, I know.
Well, they done methed up. So.
Yeah, they methed up real bad.
Oh, God.
In 1886, girls were named Neppy. Neppy.
Neppa?
I-E. Neppy.
Neppy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's
Neppy.
fancy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They said that it could be short for Penelope. Neppy. I like this one. 1880. 1880 seems to be the year when all the weirdos came out. 5 baby boys were named Nimrod.
I have a cousin-in-law named Nimrod in Israel.
Named Nimrod?
Named Nimrod.
Okay, I was gonna say it feels like a biblical name to me.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Strange.
I don't understand why people laugh when they meet him, but
Nimrod. Yeah. What would you go by? You could Rod, I guess. I'm Rod. So strange. 1893, 10 baby girls were named Omega. Okay. In 1937, 64 baby girls were named Shelby with a V, like shelves.
Right.
Shelby. 1885, 5 baby boys were named Sip, like take a sip of your drink. Oh, I like this one. 1883, 5 baby girls were named Spicy.
Again, on the
Spicy
Turner,
Turner.
but I kind of like it.
Spicy and Glacier. These are my kids. Spicy and Glacier Turner. I love it. Let's go to weird ones. Okay, in 1991, 120 baby boys are named unnamed, or does that mean that they didn't get a name? I don't know. Maybe it's a lot darker, like their parents abandoned them. I don't know. But
is that
unnamed.
the joke? Like we name them Molly and Famali, male and female?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Unnamed. Parents are cruel, man. In 1887, 7 baby girls were named Wealthy. Wealthy and Spicy. Oh, 81, 5 boys, 1881, named Wing. And these were American. These were not Chinese names. These were.
Oh, I was going to say, it's probably Chinese, but no.
These were Americans. Yeah, okay, that's kind of the bottom of my list. There was lots more, but yeah, just
Oh,
so strange.
well,
Wing.
really, those are some really strange ones. I bet you can
Yeah,
go on, and we probably should revisit this one day.
right.
But right now, our last story, I have a story about some skateboarders in Mexico,
Okay.
and their friend died, and they thought we have to honor him.
Mm-hmm.
And how they honored him was they made a headstone into a skate ramp. So a normal headstone is just sort of, like, hey, here's the headstone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They made it curved.
Oh my gosh.
So it's to
Wow.
honor Rafa Castillo, a skater and surfer who died of, unfortunately, we're bringing this up way too much, pancreatic cancer at
Jeez.
43. He
Oh,
was a fixture on the local skate scene. He was in tournaments in the 90s. He designed skate ramps and dedicated his life for kids to learn how to skate instead of being like on the streets. So he's really great. And I saw a picture of it. They want people to like, the way you pray to him is you go, it's in the skate park, and you just sort of skate on him, and it's a ramp.
wow.
And it got me thinking, just seriously, we know you can do anything with ashes.
Mm-hmm.
When you die, like my daughter says she's going to turn my ashes into jewelry for her. You could turn it into a record player and put a song on it.
Oh,
You
interesting.
can be part of the coral reef. You can be part of a tree. There's almost nothing you can do. But this is the first time I've heard of somebody erecting a functional tombstone.
Right.
So I was wondering, if you could, where and what function would your tombstone be?
Oh,
And to put you on the
interesting.
spot, I'll give you, because that's just, right away. So I'll give you
Mm-hmm.
time to think. I automatically thought of my sister, who absolutely adores sharks. She's one of
Mm.
those people, watches everything
My
on
daughter's
sharks.
like that.
Her house is filled with little things with sharks. And I just thought it would be great if they could actually incorporate her her tombstone into like a filter for a shark tank. So she's
Aw.
constantly like feeding the sharks and helping them. And I just thought that would be amazing.
Or like, when you have like a smaller fish tank and you put like decorations in there, you put like a little cave and like the little grasses and stuff. She could
I'd
be
put her in a
have
cave now, actually.
she could be in a shark tank with a tombstone and you're like, oh, that's the shark graveyard or whatever, but it's actually just your sister.
So what do you think that you would do?
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe like make it into a headboard so that like when my husband remarries, I'm there haunting him in his
Cheers! Yes!
I
I
don't
told
know.
my
That's
daughter
funny.
to contact. I am a huge Mets fan, a New York Mets
Oh
fan.
yeah.
And I told her, I said, okay, I think that it's probably illegal, but if you could bury me under home plate, I don't think anybody would bother,
Yeah, right?
Maybe my hand could come out and stop an opposing player from
Oh
scoring.
my
I think
gosh.
that would be great.
Until like the earth shifts a little bit and they like unearth a skeleton.
What
Like,
does
no,
it do?
no,
I
he was
love
a
the
fan.
bedboard
It's
thing.
fine.
Uh,
Crazy.
the only other thing I could think of would be if you were like a golfer and you
Mm-hmm.
could create like a bunker. They have those little bumps on the. It's like, hey, why not
Mm-hmm.
bury him there? If I hit him, I get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I've never thought of it before because I'm pretty sure I just want to be cremated. Like it seems like
So
a
do
whole
I.
lot less work, you know. So I have a grandma, she is very old, like 95. And so we think about these
Not
things.
wood.
We moved her out here a few years ago. She was from Ontario,
Mm-hmm.
but her beliefs as like an old religious lady is that if you're cremated, you don't go to heaven. So she wants to be buried. Okay, that's fine,
Okay.
whatever. However, she wants to be buried back in Ontario. So like we're
Here's the
taking
work.
yeah, I know. But I'm like, okay, this is morbid, but it's like when someone passes, if they have wishes, like, do they know? They don't
You
know.
have to do it.
Why
No, they're not
though?
going
They
to
don't
know.
know. They don't know.
But you have to.
I know, but like that's such a big expense, and then everyone's having to fly to Ontario. It's
Yep.
like we could just bury you here. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
that's something you won't want to do. And
I
speaking
know.
of things we don't want to do, we kind of have to end the show.
Oh, darn. Well, that went by really fast.
It did. I very much enjoyed talking with you.
Yes,
and
definitely.
I will see you again.
Yeah, I think next Tuesday probably. Is that going to be our show every Tuesday, Ronnie?
But tomorrow you want to tune in because Ron and Kenny are going to be on at 9 a.m.
Nice.
And they're going to bring, I'm sure they'll bring you some election results. Yay.
Oh, I forgot about that. For a brief moment, I thought about nothing.
Can I tell you, while we were doing this, I'm streaming on my phone. I already have 2 text messages telling me to get out and vote.
Good. From your pious friends. Well, it's better than them saying don't vote today. So.
Oh, I'm going to send text messages just saying don't vote. And become a headboard when you die to haunt your loved ones.
That's right.
So, thank you for seeing us on the Going On Daily Show. And they'll be back tomorrow.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.